Hi, welcome to everyone. Today we are going to discussing about another topic on computer network, which is HTTP. So HTTP apparently we calling as Hypertext Transfer Protocol, and so in this session we are discussing about these two protocol. One is HTTP and the other is a file transfer protocol. So what is HTTP? Apparently we calling as a Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So it is a protocol which using the access data in the World Wide Web. So any kind of things we can using this HTTP dot www only, so we can able to access to the system values only on the data World Wide Web only, and this protocol is used to transfer data from the plain text from plain text or hypertext or audio files or video files or jpg files, what information we are using that one, all the information able to transfer that one. And this protocol is name itself is there a hypertext transfer kind of communication is possible because we have to provide efficiency to that is allows to the hypertext environment whenever there are the rapid jumps or the rapid movement or there from one document to another document. So but this is similar to our file transfer protocol because it's also simply just similarly FTP mechanism only, just transfer the protocol, transfer the system file from one host to another host. But HTTP is similar than like simpler than the FTP because like HTTP use only one connection, that is no control connections is required to transfer the files. When you see request is there, based upon the request we give the some kind of response. And what kind of message we have that one. So when discussing about the message perspective, we have a number of formats are there based upon the request and a response messages are. One is request and is there, header lines are there, blank line and respective body. This should be we have to send the request to the client or server. So we get some kind of response. What is the response? Based upon the status line, based upon the request line, we get the status line, respect to headers, blank line as well as a body. And what is kind of HTTP request methods are there? We have get method is there, which means a request to read the web pages, head method request to read the web page headers, and put method request to store the web pages, and post method append to a name server name resource, and delete remove the page, and trace that should be echo the incoming request, and connect which is removed for the future use, and a option which is acquire certain options. And what is the request status line? So when you go for this request status line, so every request status or else every URL, so these are the similar manner only. For example, when you go for the http dot www.mlrinstitutions.ac.in or else mlrit.ac.in, so we have as respect to we need to send a request to them. So based upon we get the status only. So here request in the sense what kind of request and we are using that one, and accordingly we are getting the respect to status line, and similarly we are in the respect to URL and respect to HTTP version we are using that one. Same we are getting this respect to status code value and respect to status phase value. So these are the sample status codes only. When getting this 200 we calling as a success, or getting 301 a permanent redirect or temporary redirect. So these are the n number of different kind of state codes are available. And what is the header format is there? So in the header format which consists of a particular namespace is there, after colon particular namespace is there. So that header line, that may be general header or request header or response header or entity header. So what is HTTP connection? In the HTTP side we have two types of connections are there. One is non-persistent HTTP connection and the one is persistent HTTP connection. So what is non-persistent? When you see this one, so once we have to initiate the connections based upon the requested time connection, the connection establishment, the request is filed, then we have to get the transit time to a file value only. So here what happened? The file is received. That is a non-persistent connection. But what is a persistent connection? Multiple connections are there, persistent connections are there. Information is client is there as a request and information sent, it should be closed. Again new open, again there is information closed, again open, again closed. So here what happened? Once the open connection is there, one number of information transmitted or received, request or received only. So that is calling as multiple connections and persistent connection. And we calling as a proxy server. So proxy server is acting as a intermediate between like from the internet to our local system values and the client system values only. It acting as one kind of media to enable the communication between a web server to user. And what is the application layer protocol? So we having as a number of protocols are there, like we discussing about is file transfer protocol or telnet and terminal protocols. We calling as telnet and simple network management protocol. So what is a file transfer protocol? So the application layer protocol, so one of the important thing is a file transfer protocol, so which moves the files between the local system to a remote file system. Like we can able to come to virtually, or we can able to access the remote file system, we can able to access between them values only. And we having as a TCP like transmission control protocol, or similarly like as a hypertext transfer protocol, which we discussed in the previous sessions. And to transfer the file, the two TCP connections are used by the FTP mechanism, that is a control connections or a data connection. One is calling as a control connection, another is calling as a data connection. And this FTP has two well-known TCP ports are there. One is port 21 used for control connection, and port 20 we are using for this data connection. So here what happens is, respective port address only we can able to communicate to the other systems. We go for this client system, or else we can connect to the server systems only. And so that is the mechanism of this FTP. We have the client system and server system. Between this one we have two things. One is control system, control connections, as well as data connection. With help of this user interface or control process or data transfer process, we can able using all the things only. And next one is communication over control connection. So based upon this NVT ASCII command, the low 7-bit conversion command, so user a client can able to access the respective server. And similarly, this is also communication data connection. So local data structure is there, that we can able to communicate client to a data process, which is a file data, which is a secure data, structural data, transmission data, all this we can able to access that one. And what is the futures? We can able to data representation, which you calling as we can able to having as 7-bit encoding or 8-bit encoding is possible. And what can data structures? So you can able to transfer a file or using the following interpretation about structures or data, like file structures or record structure or page structures. So different data structure we are using that one. And next one, transmission mode. So transmission, the different types of transmission modes are there, but basically we are using three different modes. One is a stream mode, black mode, or a compressed mode, and this also we having as error control as well as access control. So these are the different features we are using the FTP mechanism. So I conclude this session. In this session we are discussing about two topics. One is hypertext transfer protocol as well as the file transfer protocol. And the next session we are going to discussing about this telnet. Thank you.